Hey guys, Ted Bogert here. Welcome back to the TED Show. It's been a little bit where we've had an actual TED Show episode, and I'm super excited to have the one and only Chad Vickery with me. Not only is he a real estate guru, I'm going to use all these great adjectives and superlatives, Chad, but he just opened a new business, Colonial Tax Insurance. We're going to talk about that and wearing multiple CEO hats and life balance and all the good things that we love to learn about on the TED Show. Welcome, Chad. How you doing?
Good. Good morning, Ted. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your amazing show.
Well, thank you very much. See, good superlatives. It's a good way to kick off the morning. All right. So I told you before we went live that the audience loves to get to know the guests. So tell us a little bit of background on you. We joked that you didn't wake up at 5 years old and say, I want to own Colonial Tax Insurance. There's obviously a journey there. So share a little bit with us.
Yeah, Ted, it's definitely been a journey. I grew up in Central Florida. And before Colonial Tax, before the insurance and real estate and the world that I'm in today, I was in the fire department with Orange County Fire Department. I was with the fire department for 15 years and a lieutenant for the last 5. So it was a great part of my life, and I really enjoyed helping individuals. And I realized that we don't do it alone; we do it as a team. And I've been very blessed to have met my wife, Cindy Tran, and teamed up with her to be able to help people in different stages of their life, and people from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. So that kind of started changing the dynamics that led to what we are today, to being owners of Colonial Tax Insurance Medicare, and near downtown Orlando.
Well, first, thank you for your service. It's a tremendous sacrifice that our first responders make. And your wife, Cindy, is a beautiful, wonderful powerhouse herself. I love her to death. Tell me about, working at the fire department, did it prepare you for what I would consider civilian life outside of first responder service? Did it create that CEO in you? Tell us how that kind of contributed to all of this.
That's a great question, Ted, and that definitely was a major role in developing who I am today. Not only the structure and the camaraderie, but finding the passion. I think when we excel in things in life, it starts with the passion. Am I right? Yes. That's why we love your show, and we're so excited to be part of it today, because you have that passion of what you do, and that's what shows. Thank you. I think that's a big part of how we're developing and becoming stronger to help a lot more individuals, because we're very passionate about looking at individuals, every aspect of their life, and how we can impact it for the better. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you all do so much in the community. I want to take a dive into Colonial Tax Insurance, but I want to ask you along the way. You also mentioned real estate, and we have both of Chad's websites scrolling across the bottom there. You can go to those. I'd love for you to go to both of those and check it out. But tell me about the real estate world. Are you combining all of this in? And I think I mentioned it earlier, are there multiple entrepreneurial hats that you're wearing?
Definitely. There are definitely multiple entrepreneur hats that I'm wearing. Real estate, we meet with individuals, and we often find that every family is different. Am I right? Every Yes. individual is different. So we don't want to leave any individual, any family behind. And I think a lot of people have to turn business away. And if you have good people that you work with, that you refer to, and they're in good hands, then people are taken care of. But sometimes it's often not the case. Am I right?
Very true.
So we try to work with good individuals. If we ever need to refer other businesses, we realize that if we lift each other up, and that then we're all going to be able to be successful and help a lot more people. But we wanted to help people in different ways, because a lot of our clients were asking us for help with home and auto and home and business insurance. They were saying, I'm getting ready to sell a house. Can you help me? And we'd often have to have a referral partner, or have to look if they were out of town. So we added that to the platform years ago, and now I'm with LPT Realty, and they've been amazing. Incredible growth, you probably heard, broken records, and they're continuing to expand and continuing to grow and find ways that they can help individuals more efficiently and help their agents. So it's been an amazing journey with LPT and the real estate side as well.
It's a crazy market out there. Yeah, LPT.
Yeah.
I know they encourage you. Robert encourages all of you to do whatever you need to do in business, and so
yeah, a lot of
encouragement. Talk about Colonial Tax Insurance. All right, you mentioned it. It's already a full-time job to take care of people in the real estate world. It's a crazy market right now. A lot of attention to detail. You really need to be at the top of your game. And I know that you want to continue. You mentioned that you want to continue to help people, broaden that, make it more so you have a bigger influence or a bigger sphere of how you're impacting them. Why did you choose tax insurance? Talk about what Colonial Tax Insurance actually is.
Well, that's a great question, and that's very important to us and something we take to heart, because we pride ourselves on helping individuals from low income individuals that often they have to turn away. There's been a lot of individuals and families that were dropped from Medicaid recently, and they're left behind. So we help individuals of low income find insurance that's going to cover them and their families at a very low cost, but also have a lot of benefits. So we started realizing that we could help a lot of people that others weren't taking the role in. So we work with all companies as brokers. We're not exclusive just to one company, but we look at every company on that side, from individual insurance to Medicare. And we sit down with individuals to make sure we meet all their needs and go through every detail so we can make sure they're set up accordingly to prepare for the future. The best time to prepare for the future was yesterday, right? But the second best time is today. So we want to help people prepare for the future so they're not getting faced with the unexpected and their life gets in turmoil, because you've seen the GoFundMe pages constantly on Facebook and social media. So we believe if people at least have health insurance that's set up right, they're not going to be faced with financial burden on their family. And financial burden is one of the biggest stressors in this country. We're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Yet most people are living in financial stress. So how can we take steps to start to eliminate that and make families stronger financially? And in turn, they're going to be live happier lives because they're more prepared, less divorces. Divorces are based a lot on financial stress, right?
It's a lot. What you cover is the service that you provide is so important because it can be very confusing to people, the insurance world. I call myself a recovering insurance agent. I still have all of my licenses, but I don't practice. But I feel like there's so much confusion because there are so many people out there giving misinformation. And especially when you're talking about Medicare, there's so many parts and so much going on there and so many moving parts that it's very hard for people to maneuver through. And if you don't get with the right insurance advisor, the right insurance agent, it can be devastating to you. So talk a little bit about that. You mentioned Medicare and people being cut. Are you seeing a ton of people come through and they absolutely have no idea what to do next? I mean, that sounds like that's your forte, is to help them maneuver through that.
Correct. A lot of people are left in turmoil and confusion. And so when they come to us, we also go out in the community to, meet individuals and make sure they know that there's resources out there. But when they come to us, that state of confusion that they're in, we want to alleviate, that stress and be able to give them proper guidance to know that we're there for them. We make sure we look at all their doctors, all their prescriptions, all their needs, and make sure we look at every detail so they know that we're customizing things for them. And going to make sure that we're there for the long run. I think a lot of insurance agents and businesses out there, they get the business quickly, right? And then they forget about their clients, their people. But I think that's one of the big parts that separates Colonial Tax Insurance Medicare that we've created from other businesses. Is we're there for clients every step of the way, and I make it very clear that no matter what level you think I am, in the company, owner, CEO, I'm a phone call away. If they can't reach me, I always tell everyone, text me right away. I'll respond quickly. And that's why we get so many referrals. That's why our business has been building, because we're very attentive to people's needs. And we take it to heart. And that's what our passion is, Ted.
It's a beautiful thing. All right, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the word tax in there.
Oh yeah.
Talk about the tax side of things.
Tax side sounds very boring to most people, right? Not something we're very excited about. But the beautiful thing is, tax knowledge can be fun, right? How can it be fun? Well, pay less tax legally. Business owners don't realize they're not utilizing the resources properly to get enough tax deductions. And when they find that out, that it becomes exciting, right? Have more money in your pocket. Is that exciting, Ted?
Yes, it's exciting to me.
So it's exciting to me, and the more that I've learned as a business owner, that I can keep more in my pocket. If business owners start to make more money, there's ways to. We won't go into every detail here, but we do free consultations. I want to put that out, that way they can meet us at our office, make an appointment. And I think a lot of people charge for those consultations. We offer that free initial consultation and often ongoing. But we want to make sure people have the education first, right, Ted? Because it all starts with education. And when people realize if they make too much money, they think they're just going to have to, I was going to grab my wallet and open it up. They just have to open their wallet and give everything, that the government asks for. It's true we have to follow guidelines, but there is a lot of ways to reduce your taxes when you start making more income. So that way you have more money in your pocket, more money for your family, and you're able to plan better. And we also look at other avenues of life where people have, we can go into that, where people have retirements, former 401ks. People are often switching jobs more often today. Would you agree, Ted?
I agree.
So because of that, people often have what's called inactive 401ks, and they're just sitting there inactive, or often people somehow pull the money out and sitting in the bank. And we probably know the bank isn't offering a big return, on their income. Maybe a small amount of safety, that they put on that 10% insured, right? But we offer education where they can move their money over. And if they want to move it over somewhere safe, there's places that they can grow their money very well with safety, but still have a much better plan for their future than what they were currently sitting at.
I'm amazed at the number of people who have a 401k sitting there or don't even remember they have a 401k. Yeah, that's always fascinating to me. Kudos to you, because real estate, tax, and insurance, and you still have hair. So big kudos to Chad for balancing all that. So you're all about service. I can tell it. You have a servant's heart, you servant leadership. Where did that come from?
I think that definitely came from development. They say talent is born with, skill is developed, and the development often takes a lot of long nights and a lot of long days that mix in with it. But it became with structure with the fire department that definitely helped develop that mentality. And then teaming up with the right people, teaming up with my wife, Cindy Tran, our business partners, Joe True, our amazing assistant, Monica Oliveira, and the people that we work with. We make sure we work with quality people that are going to take care of our clients correctly. But definitely having individuals like you, Ted, that we have in our lives, people that we meet that have that sphere of influence. Who you have in your circle is definitely going to change the dynamics, but the structure in the fire department over years is definitely helped lay the groundwork, I believe.
Amen to that. One last personal question, and then we'll wrap up. I think first responders, veterans, to me, you're all heroes. I do a show called Heroes Always Welcome where we focus on that. But when I say the word hero to you, who's the first person that comes to mind?
The first person that come to mind would speaking from the heart, would be my grandfather. He had a major influence of morale, and character and integrity growing up. And he always taught me that no matter what, we had to do things with integrity and the right character to help others. He would give his shirt off his back, is the old saying, but he would do anything to help other individuals. He's no longer with us, but he was a very strong man, and he was had a lot of integrity. He did mission work, but at home, he was always looking out for other people. He would drop everything if somebody was in need, and it had a major influence on who I am today, I believe.
I can sense it and feel it. Usually people have someone who has planted that seed in them. Chad, what is the best way that they can find you and find out more about you?
The best way would be to, call my cell phone, 407-927-3836. Check out one of our websites, put in an inquiry. They can reach out if they want to reach out to me personally. I'm not just here for only the marketing, but I take a very personal interaction with everyone, so they can reach me personally, and I'll be happy to sit down with them and with a free consultation and go over their needs and educate them a little bit where they're at. We make it very clear if somebody is in a good place, whether it be their retirement, their insurance, or their life insurance, we'll be happy to look over their life insurance plan. Often people don't realize that they have an older life insurance plan, and it doesn't have all the benefits that they might have a need for. But if it's in a good place, we leave it. Same thing with retirement. If they're in a good place, we don't try to persuade anybody to move anything, because if you don't try to reinvent the wheel, you don't try to change a good thing. But if we look it over and we see something where they can be in a better place, wouldn't it be a great thing to be able to protect their money more, to protect their family more, and put them in a better place? Same thing with insurance. The health insurance, people often have these high deductibles, these terminologies that they're not familiar with because nobody's went over with them. The maximum out of pocket, $9,000. And if something tragic happens, their family is going to be often devastated where that they really need that money right now, because people are going through hardships right now more than ever. So we pride ourselves in looking over people's completely financial picture from A to Z and seeing how we can improve their situation.
Beautiful. Chad Vickery, you have a great spirit. I loved this so much. Thank you for sharing. You can go to colonialtaxinsurance.com, just sold by Chad, I think is the other website.com. We'll put his phone number in the comments below so you can reach out to him. Thank you so much for coming on. Great success. I'm wishing you all the success. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ted. I appreciate kind words and the opportunity. We do have another program partner that we've teamed up with. So low-income individuals and also veterans, which is very exciting and part of my heart, because I have a lot of military family and friends, that we have programs where they can qualify for free phones and tablets, and they can contact us to see about that. The low income is for regular individuals that we also can look for assistance with Medicaid, whether they don't have any or they've been dropped from Medicaid. But for veterans, they often don't realize, because veterans are very prideful and very strong individuals. And we have a lot of respect for veterans, and they have a program where they can also qualify for free phones and free tablets with internet. So they can contact us for that aspect and meet up with us to go over more details.
Beautiful. All right, Chad, thank you so much for being on the show. Y'all reach out to Chad. You want to. Thank you so much for all you do in our community, you and Cindy and your team. Chad Vickery.
Thanks you, Ted.
Again, buddy. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.